LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised. Now, here's LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Are you insane?
With less than 10 seconds left in the round, but you can't be safe by the bell.
Wow.
So, yeah, some pretty shrewd stuff by me. Made $5. Yeah. All right, and that's it. Did you watch football today?
I didn't do anything.
No.
Played Battleship with my kids.
Fantastic.
Chess, Battleship. I have to play two, because I have triplets, so would have to play actually 2 games at once to keep everybody happy. Battleship and chess, Battleship and checkers.
Are they all vying for your attention?
Oh, of course. So
they want to play with Daddy?
Yeah, so I played one on the left hand, Battleship, on the right hand, chess or checkers.
You know, it's funny because if you fast forward, the kids are 6 years old. If you fast forward just about 6 or 8 years,
they couldn't have one less to do with me.
Yeah, they're going to be saying, Dad, could you pick me up around the corner from school?
Oh, yes.
I don't want people to see me climb into that wagon of yours.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So enjoy it while you can. I think the whole thing with kids is it's either too much or too little. Mm-hmm. Either they're tugging on your pant leg, or they're humiliated when you show up at some school function.
Such is the human being.
All right. There's got to be a couple of good months when they're making the transition period
like
in
8
there.
8 to 10, I think.
Really?
I think so.
I think it's like 9.5 to 10.
All right.
Depending on what your gender is. Mary Jane.
Yeah?
You're 19. What's going on?
Actually, I'm 16.
All right, what's up?
Well, I'm having, an affair with, a married guy.
Yeah.
And, I want to know if I should, break up with him or keep...
Oh, I hate to bet so early in the show. How old is he?
He's 26.
How'd you get wrapped up with this schmuck?
A mutual friend.
Mm-hmm.
How'd it happen?
At, a party, and, we just started talking, and he didn't tell me he was married for a while. And then...
What about a guy 10 years older than you hanging out with you? Don't think that's kind of weird?
Well, all my friends are, older than me.
10 years older?
No, maybe 5 or 6.
Why older people?
I don't know. I just don't get along with the people my age.
Why do you think?
I have no idea.
Okay, so you're just having sort of a sexual affair with this guy?
Well, I'm in love with him.
Oh, of course. How does it work, though? I mean, you guys meet at motels? You can't go to your house, can you?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Well, what about your folks?
Well, my dad doesn't live with me, and my mom works at night.
Mm-hmm. So this gentleman comes over, this 26-year-old guy, and has sex on the Yoda sheets on your bedroom with the bad rust-colored carpet from 1977 and the Leif Garrett poster you have in the background?
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, hold on a second. That'd be kind of weird, being 26. You're going to some chick's house. You know she ain't living up on the hill. You know what I mean? Dad's gone. Mom's working graveyard. You're showing up there. She's got the she's got the bedrooms, maybe 8 foot by 10 foot.
Yeah.
It's got some remnants for some Teen Beat Menudo collage or something on the background. Stuffed animals you got to throw off the bed.
Imagine the scene out of Boogie Nights with the guy's bedroom with the, remember? When he gets to fight with his mom, there's all his posters on the wall. Yellow, sort of a bad yellow color with brown molding.
And there you are on a single-sized mattress with a comforter her grandmother knitted her.
Just imagine
soiling everything in the room.
The kind of person that does that would not be noticing any of the surroundings. Of course not.
Yeah, this guy's... hey, Mary Jane?
Yeah?
What's this guy do for a living?
He is a computer programmer person.
Really?
Well, he's a bad person.
Yeah.
He's not going to leave his wife no matter what he tells you. And he's not worthy of any sort of love. Did your father treat you badly when you were growing up?
I didn't know my father when I was growing up.
How about stepdads or boyfriends?
Boyfriends.
What'd they do to you?
They didn't do anything to me. They used to beat my mom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So, Mary Jane, you listen to the show?
Yeah.
All right, so you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
All right, you're screwing up. This guy's an idiot.
Let me ask you, I'm curious. What did you think we were going to say?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought
You thought what?
maybe you'd tell me to keep going out with him because I'm in love with him.
Yeah, but we don't believe you're in love with him.
But I am.
No, I believe she is.
Oh, we believe you believe you're in love with him.
Right.
And Drew believes that I believe that you believe you're in love with him, but I don't believe Drew. And that's where the trouble begins, right, Drew?
Right. But, be that as it may, I know your feelings are intense, but they are not founded on something real.
I swear to God, everybody, you know the ghost of Christmas Past and the whole Ebenezer Scrooge thing? People need
We should
that.
generalize that myth. That should be applied to relationships.
They really need it in relationships.
They just need it. They need the voice of high school past.
Right.
High school present, high school future. Just about 10th grade, he gets visited by a ghost.
You know, I was thinking,
Takes you forward 8 years.
do you know who Adrian Zmed is?
No.
He was an actor. He was in Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks. He did Grease 2. He was in T.J. Hooker. I think he hosted like Solid Gold or something like that in the late 70s. He had a career going for a while, but he's what a lot of people identify with the high school scene. I think we could use him. I don't know what he's doing right now, but we should talk to his people.
Make him grow a big gray beard. Then it'd be amplifying his age.
No. See, I'm picturing more of a Fonzie type character. That sort of universal, perpetual high school senior guy, with the collar up and the hair slicked back, talking about thinking you're cool now, but let's look down the road a few years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we could just fast forward to this guy either beating the crap out of him or smacking.
No, we go to the high school past. We go back and look at these images of mom being beaten up. Come to the present, look at what we're doing in the present, then go to the future. What would happen if you stay in these relationships?
Right.
Versus what if you actually take care of Tiny Tim?
Right.
It's an interesting, Tiny Tim is an interesting sort of homunculus for the real person, right?
I have no idea what a homunculus is unless it throws feces at other homuncules.
Homunculi, please.
Homunculi. Jesus, Drew, I'm not. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not used to you glomming onto any of my ideas. You're rarely motivated, impressed, or moved to any of my notions. So I'm a little perplexed. Aaron.
Yeah.
I guess 1 out of 1,000 ain't bad. You're 17. What's going on?
I was wondering what inverted nipples are.
They're nipples that instead of pointing out, they point toward Mecca.
In.
No, they point in.
They sort of fold in.
Fold in.
Well, let's look at it this way, Aaron. You know what a belly button is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got your innie belly buttons, and you got your outie belly buttons, right?
Yeah.
So
what about the ones that are in between?
Those are
in between is considered outie. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's just sort of flat, Aaron?
No.
Then
They're kind of out, but they're not pointy.
Okay, well, that's normal. That's not inverted.
That's out and sort of, it's dull. It's like a pencil hasn't been put in a sharpener.
Oh, that's it?
Don't worry about yourself, Aaron. You're fine.
Thanks.
Guys are going to be delighted with your breasts.
Oh, great.
All right.
Guaranteed.
I guarantee it. They say anything, you call me.
Speaking of your ideas, for some reason, I'm reading an anthropology book right now, and I ended up thinking a lot about something I think you proposed. What would our culture look like, or what would our world look like if we were just Martians dropped here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How would if you were the Martian with a steno pad and you were looking at men and their preoccupation with the female breast, it would be very bewildering. Well, the women grow these glandular tissue, fatty glandular tissue, and the males are enraptured.
Well,
It's overcome.
Oh, yeah.
They're driven to fury and folly.
I'm getting insulted now, Drew. I was saying that when you get high on mushrooms, that's what happens to you.
I was afraid that was the reference.
I was telling you, if you don't recall, one time I got high on mushrooms.
Lee press-on nail.
And I saw a Lee press-on nail commercial, and I freaked out because I couldn't figure out why they were sticking these sort of, what essentially are bloody claws on the end of their fingers, made out of some sort of synthesized material.
At least that's how you perceive them at the moment, huh?
Well, it was like, hey, we're going to take this the bright candy apple red plastic. We're going to stick it to the end of our fingers, and that's really going to attract the boys.
Yeah, there you go.
And I thought, boy, that is weird. What's in it for us? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and yet we observe primates doing weird stuff. We don't have any feelings about that. Oh, that's weird.
Right. Yeah. Hey, they just stick their blood-swollen ass up into the air, and we go, oh, that's so barbaric.
So weird.
It really makes more sense than eyeshadow, doesn't it? What if you saw like a monkey just rubbing mud on its eyelid? You say, boy, that's a bizarre ritual.
Yeah, well, where'd that come from?
All right, Pat, you're 15. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Listen here. My dad drinks about a bottle of wine a night and 3 gin and tonics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, all my friends, they drink and they smoke weed, and I'm wondering, I succumb to peer pressure really easily, and I'm wondering how much of an impact is his drinking going to have on me.
Well, there's 2 issues. One is how much of a biological predisposition did you inherit from him? Mm-hmm. And there's about a 50% probability that you inherited the genetic possibility for addiction. Mm-hmm. And then the second issue is, what about his modeling? What about his behavior that he's showing you? How is that going to affect your choices? Well, what?
I mean, he doesn't hit me or anything. I've never been.
No, I know, but just having somebody, children at any age model their parents' behavior with extraordinary.
Geez, I don't know.
Probability.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, you do. In fact, you even talked.
Well, I understood my family was not where it was at a fairly young age, and decided to do an anti-modeling.
Yeah, but you pick up sort of a banner that they put down. You know what I mean? It's still in the context of some learned behavior that's largely based on modeling.
Yeah, well,
you're not totally detached from that experience.
Okay, here's what I would say. I would say that your parents force you to react one way or the other. Like, my dad's kind of a wuss. He doesn't have any tools. He doesn't know how to fix anything.
So
he doesn't play any sports. So I have to have 3 of every tool and get into boxing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really modeling. It was sort of anti-modeling,
but
it was such an example of wussdom, I thought, that I would just fight hard not to be that way.
Then you get
there's other.
Then you're stuck with a partner's a wuss. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, but you're man wuss. My dad's chick wuss.
Wuss man?
No, wuss man has already been copywritten. We'll call you man wuss. When you start doing mornings in Chicago, that could be your radio handle.
Oh my God.
That's where your career's gone.
Beautiful.
All right, so where were we? Pat sounds all right because he knows what's going on.
He needs Alateen would do him a world of good. The effects of having an alcoholic parents are protein is the word I always like to use. Like vast, and ways that you can't always see. And sharing with people who've had similar experiences help you clarify some of these things and work through them.
Emily.
Hi.
You're 18. What's happening?
I was just wondering about the pull-out method. About actually how effective.
Not effective.
Safe and effective.
Not effective.
And it's effective against sexually transmitted diseases.
Not effective. That's right.
No?
Emily, why would you be considering that non-method?
Well, I'm just wondering, because me and my boyfriend don't like to use condoms, and
why not go on the pill?
Huh? Because I don't like the side effects of it.
Well, how do you know?
Because I've been on it before.
What pill you been on?
The mini pill.
Oh boy.
What?
That's a child.
Hold on, was that Mike?
No,
what?
that was
Was it like the world's most bizarre, sort of comical timing?
But the point is, she's been on the pill, but not consistently.
But do we have to have the kid scream out the second she said she didn't like the side effects of the pill? Isn't that kind of bizarre? Is your baby on your knee?
No.
Wasn't that a child?
Yeah.
Where is your baby?
She's right here.
Not on his knee.
No, I was on the pill a long time ago.
Can you say concrete thinking?
Jesus Christ.
That's on her knee. She's in my lap.
Hey, Emily, like when people say, get off my back, man? You think they're talking to people that are engaging in a chicken fight, or just maybe people that are sort of bugging or riding the other person? You understand? There's certain analogies one uses. Okay. So it's not on your knee, but the baby's on your lap, right?
Okay,
anyway, Emily.
Yeah.
We've decided that one child is too many for you.
Okay, well, I was just wondering. I mean, does it work?
No,
it doesn't work.
What do you think? You got a kid, for Christ's sake.
I didn't do that before.
Get on some form of
for Christ's sake.
pill. Get on
So
something.
there's like no percentages.
Oh, would you shut up and listen to me, Mama? Now, you're 18 years old. How old's your kid?
She's 1.5.
1.5. And where's your husband? Or boyfriend, whatever.
Well,
Is it the same guy who sired the kid?
no.
All right. Well, now stop screwing around, would you?
Okay.
Please. You're being ridiculous.
You should be able to find some pill that doesn't give you side effects you find unpleasant.
How are you taking care of that kid of yours?
I'm taking care of her fine.
How?
How do you support it?
Well, I'm going to school right now,
Oh, okay.
and I have a part-time job.
Well, I got paid well when I went to school.
Yeah, Drew, what'd they pay? What'd they pay you? Like $17.50 an hour plus a golden time, I think, if you stay in the study hall? Who's paying for that kid?
Huh? Well, I have a part-time job, and I'm going to school. I get financial aid and stuff.
All right.
All right, good
All right.
for you.
Listen, Mama, stop it. I'm not paying for any more of your kids. When I'm in
Emily,
charge,
you're
I'm
not
going to
paying
come
for
over there
families.
and I'm sterilizing you.
You're not paying for families either, but know that if you,
Yeah, I am.
if you have too many kids too soon, it's really going to be difficult for you to
Well, that's
move
why I was
on
calling
along.
you guys. I was just wondering.
Get on the
There's,
pill.
like-
Emily, get on the pill. Get on the pill. Get on the pill.
Okay.
All right. Good.
Please. I'm going to kick your dad in the nuts for me next time you see him.
I want to do a little test marking
That's
here.
ridiculous.
I want to find a way.
Hey, listen, don't answer our questions of what are you doing for money. I'm going to school.
I want to find a way to distribute the morning after pill. I'm getting dead serious about this. I want people's feedback on it. Go ahead and fax. What's our fax number? 310.
I have to say it in order, otherwise I don't know what it is.
854-4455.
Let's see. Call us at
310.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Fax number.
310-854-4455. Yeah.
Yeah, you can fax me. Let me know if you think that's a good idea or not. Because we talk an awful lot about that damn morning after pill, and nobody accesses it. So I want to find a way to distribute it and see if people are.
Well, what do you want to do?
I've got some ideas. I want to talk. Can't really talk about it yet, but I want to know.
Maybe get Adrian Smad to drive a Winnebago across
Most
the
I'm
country.
concerned with people have issues with it because I don't want to go too far out on a limb, but I do feel very
What
strongly.
issues?
I don't know. I worry. I don't know. I worry that people are going to.
Listen, all you people with the issues about the morning after pill can just kiss my ass, you idiots. No one's got issues about this. People are just stupid and lethargic, Drew.
Well, I'm trying.
That's why they don't take it.
Well, that's what I'm testing to see if it's just that or if there's some issues out there that people.
Well, here's what you got to look at. The people that get knocked up, not every time, but from a percentage standpoint, I'd say they're the majority. They're stupid. They're like the last person we just talked to.
Are you
they
saying
don't know about
that
pulling out.
You never had an unprotected sexual encounter? I think
But that was with Mike.
Mike, the engineer?
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to get
Just
pregnant. He's had a vasectomy, so.
Yeah, I've had unprotected sexual encounters.
All right. The point is, I think everyone does that at some point, and everyone should have had the experience of accessing this pill.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah,
They should have it in their glove compartment with the condom.
absolutely.
Should be there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Are you ready to move on?
no.
Matt,
Yeah,
you're 20.
yeah.
What's going on? My
I don't know,
technique
not much.
is,
First of all, I've been listening to your guys' show for a long time. It's killer. You guys, I've gotten a lot of advice
Thanks.
just by listening.
Good.
I saw you on the show, 2 guys, a girl, pizza shop.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
Thank
That
you.
was cool. I got this question. Basically, damn. I have been going out with this girl for almost 4 years now, and basically, like, this has happened a couple times where she'll want to break up and date other people, and because I know she just kind of gets tired of me or whatever, but then she wants to get back together, and basically we're in the middle of that now.
Yeah.
And she, like, tonight I had to leave her house because this guy called that she wants to start dating. And she's like, you know, I don't want to be rude or anything, but I was like, yeah, whatever, I get it, I'll leave.
How many times has this happened?
This is pretty much like the second time we broke up. And we've been together for almost 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Everything important in my life happened with her.
Yeah.
Everything what?
Everything important that ever happened to me in my life happened while I was with her.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a lot more important things to happen when you're ahead. By the age of 20, not all the most important things should have happened yet.
Well, listen, nothing important happens before 16 anyway. You got to get your permit before important things happen.
But I really think that this is that relationship we've been talking about lately, which is the one that goes on about 4 years longer than it should. When you're older, you start learning when to wrap things up, and you don't cling. You don't have so many fantasies built into that relationship. And
No.
you got to get through it and get over it. I mean, man, getting over that thing is important.
Yeah.
It's a big task, and you got to do it.
Yeah.
And where you come out on the other side is how you will conduct yourself in relationships in the future.
Oh, yeah. Set an early precedent. I'll tell you, if I have a kid, I'm going to get him hooked up early, and then I'm going to break him apart. I'm just going to get him used to it.
Just move.
Yeah. No, I'm just going to move him or her.
Send him away to school.
No, just put him in a box and ship him somewhere. You know, poke some holes in
Singapore, yeah.
so they can breathe in it.
Yeah.
Alex, oh, yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you're 16.
Yeah, okay, you might not believe what I'm going to say, but it's really twisted and sick. I walked in from another friend's house, and I see my best friend with 6 years. My brother says he's here, and I couldn't find him, and I walked in the door, and my mom's, like, banging some guy. And
Your mom?
Yeah, my mom. She had me when I was 14. She's not that old. She's in her 20s. And
she had you when she was 14?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And she's not that old, and I'm sitting there watching TV with my brothers, and out walks my best friend, and oh, dude, was that you in there? And he goes, no, me and your mom were just talking, but I know for a fact they were, you know.
All right, hold on, Alex.
This is
Hold on, pal. Hold on. My God.
We're going to take ourselves a little break.
This is one of the ones I believe.
Yeah, I do too.
Tell the difference.
Yeah, he got a little specific. We'll be back.
LoveLine's phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back. WEBN.
It's LoveLine, only on WEBN.
It's LoveLine. Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And when we left off, what is this? Oh, Fat Boy Slim? Yeah, I recognize his signature. Wubba, hooba, wubba, hooba, wubba. You get a lot of mileage out of that drunk guy belcher. All right. All right, turn that down, please. Listen, I don't, man, call me old-fashioned, but just, you know, sitting in your attic and taking already established songs and, like, kind of getting stoned and then screwing with them. Well, I don't know. I don't quite understand that.
Great artiste. Take a Campbell soup and make it big. Blow it up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right, Warhol. Alex.
Yeah.
All right, so you walked in on your youngish mom. Well, you didn't really walk in. You just knew she was having sex.
Yeah, I cracked the door a little bit. The TV was on. I thought she was awake, and so just watching TV. And I knew some guy under the covers, and I heard him real quick, so I just walked out real slow. And then my friend says, "Jesse's here." And
Alex, is your mom sort of sexually active and expose you guys to that?
Is she what?
Has she exposed you guys to her interpersonal physical relationships?
No.
This is the first time you've seen her with a guy.
Well, I've walked in before. She doesn't expose us, like saying, "Look what I'm doing." Is that?
I just mean you've been subjected to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Many times?
Oh yeah, a few times.
Yeah. Well, your mom's a little nutty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is my best friend.
Is he your best friend?
Yeah, he's like 18.
How old is your mom?
She's in her 20s. She had me when she was 14, and I'm 16, so I don't know.
She's 29?
Like 25. What? Oh, yeah.
14 plus 16 is 30.
Yeah, hold on, Alex. I'm going to take a shot at Alex's ethnicity. Asian guy?
No.
Let's see. Had me when she was 14. I'm 16 now. What's that?
Here's the deal with your mom.
25?
Your mom was probably sexually abused when she was a kid, right?
I don't think so, because there was no man around her when she was growing up.
Well, check it out. She got pregnant by the time she was 13. Okay, so kids that do that, something substantial is going on.
Oh, boy. It's like, how do you talk to a guy about his mom? Alex, here's what we'll say, and we'll be as kind as we can. Your mom is a very chaotic person. She lives...
Are we right?
Yeah.
A very chaotic life. How many brothers do you have?
I got two younger ones.
Two younger ones. Oh, boy. Well, they got to be younger.
Yeah,
she had him when she was
14.
5. And here's the thing, Alex. You sound like a decent guy, but man, it's going to be hard for you. I mean, I hope you and your brothers don't. Statistically, all three of you are going to end up doing life terms in jail. But I'd really, I would look.
What? You what?
I've already been in jail.
Oh.
I would look at it as a coup if even just two of you were sent to the electric chair and one of you got a job on collecting disability. I would look at that as a coup.
Wouldn't it be a coup if they just had a job, had a stable relationship? Wouldn't that really be the coup?
Yes, I would pop a bottle of champagne in your honor every year.
And Alex, understand that's where the greatest possibility for satisfaction lies with you, not with excitement, not with lots of girls, with one person, one job that you can tolerate.
Forget about thriving. Just tolerate it.
And just settle down.
I had another question too, if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right. I've been on Prozac, and it doesn't work when I take it like a daily. Every time it just gets me tired, and I've been taking it usually when I get really mad or something.
Prozac isn't something you take occasionally.
Huh?
You have to take Prozac every day for it to work.
Yeah, I do. I take it every day. I get mad basically every day when I get stressed out and emotionally unstable.
But it helps you.
Yeah, I wonder if it's bad just not taking it as scheduled, but only when I get mad and it.
You just said you got mad every. Hold on a second.
You should take it every day.
Yeah, I do. It's just.
It's bad not to take it every day.
Yeah, it's just not as the doctor's ordered. I take it not in the morning and at night. But whenever I take it with me to school and stuff like that.
So it helps you. It's better when you take it within a few minutes of a bad reaction?
Yeah, it gets me tired, I don't know. It's kind of...
better to take it the same time every day. They want you to take it twice a day?
Yeah, morning and night.
Take it twice a day, and you won't have so many of those episodes of feeling so angry.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And you also
well,
won't feel so tired when you take it. That'll start to wear off a little bit.
Oh, okay.
All right. Look after those little brothers of yours, please.
All right. I didn't let them know what's going on.
No. Oh, my God.
No.
Yeah, because they hang out with...
Alex?
Yeah?
No guns.
Huh?
No guns. No booze. None of that crap. I'm telling you.
My best friend. I don't know what I should do with it.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean in general, buddy.
Well, your best friend got sucked into your mom's chaos. I would look carefully at how much of a friend this is.
Listen, everybody. I'm not talking to Drew. I'm talking to all you now. When are we going to put an end to this? Which one of these three kids is going to kill your kid? Which one of these three boys? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which one of them is going to rape your daughter? Are we going to step up and address this? Does someone want to step up and address this, or are we just going to all concentrate on Clinton getting a BJ and the latest bomber?
Yeah, it's like
Does anyone want to talk about this at all?
It's like we're descending into some sort of pagan state. If human sacrifice becomes an option, we'll start seeing it again.
I don't know who to blame, but it's that the politicians are such pussies. Just talk about what's real, what's affecting people.
You know what? I think people don't accept what's real. They really don't believe this is what's happening. They don't get it. They're just insulated from it. They don't get it.
Marcy.
Hi.
You're 18.
Hi. I just wanted to say that you guys have had such an enormous effect on me about the morning after pill. I just used it about 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Only reason I knew about it was through your show.
Oh, not all the PSAs you've been hearing on the late night radio?
Did you? Except now I know that McGruff, the crime dog, tells me to hold on to my laptop.
Right.
That is the most
Take a bite out of crime.
education.
Yeah.
Hey Marcy, did you have trouble getting the pill?
No, I just went to my doctor's and I said, this is what happened, and she just gave it to me without a problem.
Great. My concern is that people are not accessing it, and I want to make sure it's available to everybody. I think that's a good thing?
It was just, she didn't even give me, it wasn't like a morning after pill. It was like dosages of the birth control pills.
That's what a morning after pill is.
Oh.
Overall. You can get it in a pre-made package called Prevens. But you can just take Overall or low Overall, depending which pill you take 2 or 4 twice a day.
Well, I have to say that I want to be a psychiatrist specializing in abused children.
Wow,
and
Marcy.
I want to major in biology and psychology next year.
Congratulations. Where are you going to school?
Hopefully Brown. Hopefully.
Good for you.
If I get in.
You go, you have no problem. Just you get your butt kicked for a couple of years. You do. It's
That's
horrible.
Ivy League, that Brown, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe Berkeley, but that's
they're both great choices. You'll do great.
well, I have to say thank you very
Marcy.
much.
All right, Marcy.
Appreciate
My
it.
life.
Yeah, keep up the good fight there. God bless you. Well, look at us. We're making a difference. One Ivy League student at a time. Caitlin.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the point, is that the non-Ivy Leaguers may not.
We don't need them to listen. Yeah, it's funny. Like, we have, oh my God, one of our listeners went out and actually did something we told him to do and acquired the morning after pill and took it in a timely fashion. But no, she's heading off to Brown or Berkeley.
But even that one needed information from us.
Right.
See?
Yes.
So there you go.
Caitlin.
Hi.
What's going on, you young, spry 16-year-old?
Okay, I had an abortion in about the middle of November, and I didn't tell the father that I was pregnant or about the abortion. And I just kind of wondered what the whole issue with, like, father's rights was, and, like, whether or not I'm supposed to tell him or...
Yeah. Well, you know, they say possession is 9/10 of the law, Drew. Although I think that's the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard in my life. That doesn't mean anything, does it? Do you remember when you were a kid? People would say, possession, 9/10 of the law. And you think to yourself, wait a minute, if I just stole your wallet and a cop is standing between us, I get to keep your wallet because it's now in my hand?
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Caitlin.
Yeah?
Don't bother with him.
But I have a whole lot of respect for him, and it, like I haven't spoken to him. He was a really, really close friend, and I haven't spoken to him since.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, like,
Did he try to speak to you?
Yeah, and I'm just, like, it's just making...
And you wouldn't speak to him?
I totally avoided him.
Why?
I don't think men have any rights when it comes to abortion.
We got to look into this.
Adoption was where we were talking about this on TV.
We're talking about adoption, yeah.
On TV, right?
Yeah.
And I think adoption, the logic is so bizarre. The child does not belong to you till it's outside the uterus. No, just all the way outside, or just the head outside, or
you mean the father?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't belong to anybody. It's just
it's a political thing. Listen,
ridiculous.
You got to make a decision one way or the other. We got enough screwball kids running around here. Caitlin, here's the thing. I don't think you need to tell him that you aborted his child, because you may freak the guy out.
Okay.
And what, you know what I mean? I mean, there's certain things in life that are done, and so you don't need to be told. Do you know what I mean?
And it's not as though he had some rights that he needed to be aware of.
Well, even if he did, there's no getting the kid back.
Yeah.
And so all you can do is sort of torment him with this
How old a
information.
guy is this?
Pardon?
How old a guy?
He's 16.
You intend to torment him a little bit, don't you?
No, I love him to death.
But he...
No, like we had a really rocky friendship anyway. And
Yeah, but he's now abandoned you totally.
well, he didn't have much choice.
Why?
Because I got really weird on him. I have a bit of a weird psych past, so kind of flipped out on him. And
Well, why don't you reconnect with him in a platonic way and just sort of be good to him, but not necessarily let him in on every detail of your life?
I'm always fascinated by patients.
Adam?
Yeah.
I have a friend sitting next to me who has to talk to you for half a second.
I hope it's a guy.
Adam,
Oh.
I love you.
chick. Who's this?
This is Vicky.
Vicky?
I have this weird, like, connection with you.
Really?
Any connection with Adam is weird, I promise.
No. I saw you at the HF Festival,
Right.
and I was, like, freaking out because I started listening to the show about a year before that,
Uh-huh.
and I saw you, and I started freaking out because I had no idea that you were going to be there at the show. And seriously, if you're ever in D.C., I'll make you sloppy Joe. I'll make you lasagna. I'm very Italian. I'll make you anything you want.
Sloppy Joe is almost like lasagna. It really is lasagna, except for you remove the noodle and you put a bun.
That's right.
There.
Cheese.
You have to add mozzarella.
Oh, on the Sloppy Joe?
No, and the lasagna. But I'll add mozzarella on the.
Yeah. I know you had the mozzarella on and the ricotta, but I think that would be pretty good on a bun.
Yeah, I'll put on the bun for you.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Lasagna
some
Joe.
oregano.
Lasagna Joe.
Seriously, I will do anything for you. I'll be your maid. I'll cook for you.
No, you know, we'd have to call it like a sloppy carmine or something. We'd give it an Italian name.
Yeah, I don't eat meat. And
Oh, you don't? Well, good. That's more meat for me.
Exactly. I touch it for you. I used to be a vegan.
Right. Ooh, wait, you would touch meat for me, huh?
Caitlin's your best friend, huh?
What?
And when you say you don't eat meat...
I forgot it, Adam. She's 16.
No, Adam.
No, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Oh, boy.
Adam, I would, though.
Listen, Vicky.
Yes?
Don't think about me.
I can't help it.
Believe me, there's nothing going on.
I called once, and you told me not to get fat or not to get pregnant. And I haven't gotten fat, and I haven't gotten pregnant.
God bless you.
You see that?
He likes you now.
I'm saving myself for you.
All right, when I come out to D.C., I think we may break some bread.
Okay.
That's smothered in tomato sauce.
We should really try to go out this year. Oh, you're going to be too busy.
I'm going to try.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Sloppy Zito. I'm trying to think of a good name, but I think we're really on to something here. What is, what, Bepto? Is Joe in Italian? But what's sloppy in Italian?
Sloppy.
I call my mother-in-law. I'll get 20 minutes on Jesus Christ, and then I'll get to what sloppy is in Italian.
Let me add one quick thing pertains to Caitlin's. I've always found it very weird, and I've had this experience several times with patients where somebody can sit there and sound, and you experience them as completely normal and stable, and they go, well, I've had a weird psychiatric past. And you think, well, if you're you have that much insight, and you're that in tune with it, why the hell did you let those behaviors loose?
Right.
You know, I mean,
well, maybe they let them loose, and then they got some clarity.
Yeah, what the hell is that all about?
All right, well, we don't know, we don't care. Toby is 30. Can you contract the AIDS virus through oral sex?
Nice, easy one.
We'll answer that when we come back.
LoveLine. Be right back in a minute. WEBN.
Can't hear you.
Nella?
What'd you say?
1 week from Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right. It's 1 week.
I got to start preparing some material.
Oh, that's amazing. Adam's going to be on Letterman in a week.
Yeah. Without Drew. Without my Huggy blanket.
I'm moderately relieved. I got to tell you that I don't have to go to New York.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The late night stuff doesn't do that much for me.
Yeah. Sour grapes, huh, Drew?
No.
I know you're pissed.
No.
All right.
No.
Well, I got to prepare material now because we're not going to just do our LoveLine shtick, you know?
Right. You're not having me to rescue or carry you like I normally do.
Which means I'm going to have to think about it on the plane flight over. Toby.
Oh, you will not. You'll be drugged up and drunk.
That's true. All right, but I swear I'm going to think about it once I get to the studio. Toby, you're 30.
That's me.
All right. Do you want to know if you can get the AIDS virus through oral sex?
Yeah, we wore a condom during sex, but not through the oral part of it.
It seems to be a nice, happy compromise that a lot of folks make.
Yeah.
And apparently you can still get this, though.
Yeah.
But it's not as easy to get, is it?
No.
And who's more at risk here?
The female.
Because
the giver.
The giver.
Yeah.
Because what if there's no semen involved?
Right. That's where the higher risk come from.
Okay, but what if there's no semen involved?
Then it's equal. No, actually still be less for the woman because it's hard to say. I mean, the mouth is not a very hospitable environment for the AIDS virus.
It isn't.
No.
So,
presuming his partner's a woman.
If the guy does not have anything leaking out of him.
Yeah. Which he will.
Which he will.
Yeah.
Because the smallest amount and the smallest...
Guys leak.
Yeah. I don't leak, by the way. I really don't.
No.
I don't. I swear I don't leak.
Yeah, right.
How did you know?
I've been staring at my penis for coming on 20 years now.
Tonight when you masturbate, take a piece of tissue and put it at... When you do it more than once tonight.
Oh, okay. Let's say my late night. Yeah.
Your HS.
Yeah, because I did
your hour of sleep session.
I already did my my morning, mid morning, and then did my brunch time, and then I skipped lunch because I took a nap. But I did dinner, And so you're saying on my Twilight one this evening.
Yeah.
Now, what should I do?
Put a piece of tissue and just lean it up against the edge of the urethra there and see what develops.
At what stage?
Halfway.
Halfway? So about 45 seconds?
I got a question.
Into it, what?
How about if a woman's lactating?
How about her?
Get it out of her breast?
If what? Can the virus come out of the breast milk?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure I'm up on that right now. As I understand it, there was concern that one of the routes whereby children contracted HIV was in the breast milk, but I'd have to look up what the current thinking is on that. It's a body fluid, and it should be present in that. Ever since I stopped taking Depo-Provera, I've been lactating.
All right, slow down, Drew. Trent.
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I have 3 questions for you, actually.
Go.
Oh, boy.
Okay, my first one is the other day when I was in the supermarket, right?
Yeah.
This really, okay-looking woman, 42 or so. He asked me out. What is the downside of dating older women?
Parts on them break, and they're harder to replace because they're older. You can't find them. They stop making them. Nothing. You have good sex.
Yeah, she's not that old. She looks pretty good, too.
Okay.
It's kind of weird someone would come up to you in a grocery store, though, and ask you.
Yeah, right.
Well, no,
Put a condom on.
I was in line in front of her. I didn't have enough money to buy the bananas I was getting.
Yeah.
I bought them, and then she talked me out in the parking lot.
Okay. Go have some fun. She's probably newly divorced and...
She actually is, yeah.
Testing out her humping shoes.
Yeah.
What is going on in the background there?
Oh, my sister's laughing her ass off. Okay, anyway.
She really is.
My second question is, I don't remember any of my childhood until, 5th grade.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Could be.
What do you think?
I have a couple of psychological things, so maybe it is a problem.
What are your psychological things?
Somewhat depressed, slightly suicidal.
Well, what's your parents break up?
Maybe it's all banging all the old chicks that makes you want to kill yourself.
This is the first older woman I've ever
Oh, okay.
Have you been with men?
Huh?
Have you been with men?
It's funny you asked that. Yeah.
How did I know that?
I caught a little of that in the voice, too.
I'm just picking up chaos. And
not really chaos. I'm pretty stable in the home, stable person.
Sounds all right. Hey, but Trent...
Yeah.
Is there anybody in your family, especially a male, that is sort of suspect growing up? Some uncle, stepdad, something like that?
My whole family.
Your whole family?
Yeah. All the men in my family are suspects as rapists.
Really?
In fact, I think 3 or 4 of them actually raped my mom, so...
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Well,
Okay, so Trent, you don't remember your childhood, and usually when you don't remember it, it wasn't a trip to Disneyland.
Now, I'm no longer worried about older women. I'm worried about women that are so attracted to you that they have to come to you at the grocery store parking lot.
Well, I'm actually a very attractive person. I am an actor, by the way.
I understand that, but particularly with that stuff inside you, that somebody feels the need to connect with that attraction is there. You know what I'm talking about, Adam?
Yeah.
Concerned about that.
Yeah.
What's your nationality, Trent?
African American.
Yeah, so I kind of caught that in your voice. I caught a little of that, and I caught a little gay, too. But then I was a little confused. I thought, well, maybe it was gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to realize that people are multi-layered. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can be black and gay. You can be American Indian and bisexual. I always try to glom onto one thing.
Yeah, how many
I got
labels?
confused.
Adam's thing is how many labels can he come up with for somebody?
I was picking up.
You can be a skinhead and whatever. Come on.
I was picking up on both. So you're an actor. You're good looking. You come from a lot of chaos. Are you bisexual now?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've had 2 very serious relationships. One with a guy, one with a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I love them both equally, but in very different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the love with the guy was more passionate and more fulfilling.
Well,
you're gay.
He was putting out. Well, guys tend to put out more.
He's gay.
Hey, Trent.
Yeah.
I love when Drew does that under his breath. He's gay. Where Drew goes, oh, he's gay. He sounds like Nixon apologizing. He's gay.
By the way, I probably should say that.
Well, the point is, I'm saying that is, you're trying not to be gay, but you need to come around to. I suspect is that really when you
that 42-year-old bag lady's not going to cure you.
Yeah, your sexual identity is more clarified. You're going to be gay, I suspect.
It sort of seems that way, but on the other hand, because Trent doesn't remember his childhood, maybe he was sort of tweaked in the lab. You know what I mean?
I'm sure he was tweaked in some way or another, but you don't get that much of a chaotic sense from that.
Okay.
Right? You get a little ambivalent.
Let me just wrap up. Give me a second with Trent here, just 15 seconds. Trent, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. You're good looking. You're young.
Yeah.
You got screwed around with. You come from some chaos. Try not to make that the thrust of your life. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, two last things.
Hold on. Oh, I'm not done rapping.
Okay.
You look in the mirror, you see a good-looking young guy who's got a good intellect and a nice smile. Work life from that angle, not the sort of autopilot my uncle got to me in the 4th grade angle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What else?
We're out of time for you.
No,
Two quick comments.
What?
Okay, one, I love how all your commercials are PSAs. That is so funny. Two, I've read your show, read your book. I always watch your show. I haven't missed it for weeks. I can't go sleep if I'm not listening to your show.
Wow,
Thank you.
Trent.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Trent.
Lefko.
All right, take care of yourself, would you? Trent is a bright guy.
Yeah.
But he's got this past, and that's going to drive him in a darker... He's going to take a bright guy and dim him down a couple watts.
I think he needs to make some choices and create some boundaries and stick with it, and he'll be okay.
All right.
But I think really he's gay, and I think he's got to come to grips with that.
All right. We'll be back.
Oh, yeah. Everybody now. LoveLine will be right back. WEBN.
Man turns animal for the erotic pleasures of women.
It's LoveLine.
All right.
WEBN.
Hey, it's the Love Line. Adam Kroll, Dr. True, over there. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. David DeLuise will be in here. He's one of the lovable characters in Jessie, which I guess is a hit, Christina Applegate's show.
I like that show.
And
I've actually one I've seen.
You have?
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy, David
Really
DeLuise,
nice guy,
and I guess he's one of the DeLuise boys, son of Dom DeLuise. Rob Schneider's coming up at the end of this week, who's another very nice guy who we had on the TV, and geez, we met him when we did Conan, I think, too. Anyway, I'll be glad to have Rob Schneider.
Oh, Rob, yeah.
Okay, Drew. That's good radio. Oh. So, we're going to take ourselves a little 10-second, top of the hour, station identification, and we'll be back with more Loveline in 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station.
We're the G-spot on your radio dial.
Oh, you're right there.
LoveLine on 102.7.
Oh.
WEBN, Cincinnati.
Hey, it's the Loveline, everybody. I already gave the phone and the fax number out. You know, I got home real late last night, about 3 in the morning. Turn on the TV. And guess what I saw?
Can't guess.
I'll give you initials. B.R. Bad Ronald.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, yes.
No.
Yes, everybody.
On what, FX or something?
Jesus, I was so...
what?
I was in such bad shape, I don't even
Maybe
remember.
now your disease is going to surface. Now things are going well for you. You're really going to start to see some marijuana and alcohol start to surface.
No, it don't take. I tell you, I'll smoke pot 3 nights in a row, and then I don't get near it for 6 months.
Wow.
I've been doing that for the last 5 years. Just go to a party, smoke pot, then
drink heavily in between.
Oh, it's all messed in between.
Okay.
I do a little drink. Yeah, I get a little going, and then I don't do anything. That's the same thing like my eating. I ate a whole box of, that 5-pound chub pack of C's chocolate they gave us the other day. I ate the entire thing.
Oh.
I ate the entire thing that weekend. I mean, in a day and a half, it was gone. But then I won't eat another C's chocolate until next Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I am.
Right.
There's one good thing about the Corollas. They're not into anything. And it's good and bad. They ain't into drugs, and they ain't into work either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They ain't into anything.
I noticed. Yeah, I noticed.
They ain't into cars. Go hang out with my dad for 10 minutes. You want to find out about what he ain't into. Cars, chicks, boats, baseball, sports, whatever. College team, high school team, not into it. Not into anything. So I have that not into anything gene in me, and it actually serves me well. It's good for drugs and things like that. Anyway, I came home. It's Bad Ronald. Bad Ronald, for those of you who are too young to remember, or too stoned to forget, Bad Ronald was probably the worst made-for-TV movie of the week ever. But that, of course, makes it my favorite. Dabney Coleman, Scott Jacoby in it. You know the story of Bad Ronald, Drew?
He was raised under a stairway or something?
Yeah, but why?
I can't remember. He killed somebody.
They made fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little girl made fun of Bad Ronald's sick mom.
Oh.
And he pushed her and told her to quit making fun of his mom. And she hit her head on a rock.
Oh.
A lot of people used to die by hitting their heads on rocks. I don't know if you remember, but...
Yeah, you could hit them over the head with a bat and then wake up and just shake their head, have a little amnesia, maybe a lot of amnesia, but that's it.
It was very convenient with the head trauma in the 70s, if you think about it.
Wide spectrum of clinical presentations.
There was a lot of stuff where, like, people were pushing people and they would fall over and they'd show them hit their head on the side of the desk or hit their head on the parking curb and then lay there lifelessly. And it usually was a death that... Here's what the hitting your head on something death was used for in TV in the 70s. Here's what it was. Shut up, Drew. I'm telling you what it was for. It's for when somebody needed to kill somebody, but they really weren't killers, but no one was going to believe them.
And not killers, but extra good people.
Yeah. Well, not so good that they didn't push him in the first place, but
usually somebody you have real empathy for.
Somebody.
He was angry because sick mom was at home. I mean, come on.
Drew, Bad Ronald wasn't the world's greatest guy, got to tell you. And he didn't have that much empathy for him, but he still didn't deserve the fate he got. So Bad Ronald went back home after killing this girl, and his mom told him, "We got to hide you." And luckily, as is the case with most houses, there's about 450 square feet that you don't utilize.
Underground bunker, you mean?
About the center of your house you didn't know was there. It's underneath that staircase.
Well, the usual bunker.
There's like a gymnasium in there. And Brad Ronald's mom, she converted this little area with his toolkit, and it made him a little space that when you open the kitchen pantry, you could go through a little hatch in the back of the kitchen pantry, and you'd be underneath the staircase. And Bad Ronald had to hide there while the cops were poking around. But Bad Ronald's mom was sick. And Bad Ronald's mom went to the hospital, and she died. Meanwhile, new family buys the home and moves in while Bad Ronald is still living under the staircase. And naturally, Bad Ronald's 14 years old, and 3 hot-looking blondes move in, 12, 13, and 14. So Bad Ronald's is going insane.
You must have seen this the first time when you were about 15. 17?
Bad Ronald must have been like 73, 74.
So
I was probably 10 or something when I saw it.
You were into it.
Yeah. Anyway, Bad Ronald used to scope out the chicks, and then he got himself... I think they edited that from the TV version, but I'm sure there was plenty of that going on in his lair. He created a whole fantasy life where he drew one and turned her into a princess, and he changed his name last night into Norbert, not Ronald. And anyway, he ended up... It turned bad for Ronald. The point is they captured him and everyone was safe. But the message of Bad Ronald, which was very clear, which I always enjoyed, which was if you're a loser and you have a single parent family and your mom is sickly and the kids make fun of you, don't worry, because eventually you'll do time. That really seemed to be the message behind Bad Ronald, because he really wasn't that bad. Sky. I think I may have lulled her to sleep with my Bad Ronald
Droned
story.
her to sleep. Sky, what's up?
I have a slight problem.
Go ahead. Sounds
I'm
12.
infatuated with my boyfriend's father.
Excuse me.
Hold on a
sounds
second.
11.
Okay.
Sounds 11.
Should we start gambling?
Yeah. It's
You just
late
want to
enough.
gamble?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Sky is 18, and did you hear that voice, everybody? Sky
into her boyfriend's dad. Right.
Let's see. I want to give a.
No.
I just want to give an indication of Sky's voice. Sky.
Yeah?
Here, I want you to repeat this phrase for me. Would you please?
Okay.
Here's the phrase. More Jell-O, Mom.
More Jell-O, Mom?
Yeah, but don't do it with the English accent now. Just do it the way Sky would do it with a little enthusiasm. Go ahead.
More Jello, Mom.
All right, now have fun with it.
Different phrase, please.
More Jello, Mom.
Okay, that's better.
Okay.
That was night and day. Hey, Sky?
Yeah.
I really want you to sell it now. More Jell-O, Mom.
More Jello, Mom.
All right, now one more and really, really big. Like you really want that Jell-O. Ready? Go.
More Jello, Mom.
There you go. All right.
Bring out that dollar.
Now, that is an 18-year-old girl. All right. Oh, I got to get my money out. Yeah. Okay.
18-year-old woman.
Woman, sorry. Well, it's hard to say call it girl.
And by the way, thank you for the people that
woman.
faxed the support for the distribution of the morning after pill. I mean, I'm going to find a way.
Ann just did that for the next
Are they
one.
still good, man? Nah.
All right, here's a buck. All right, Drew, ready? Let's go quick with this gambling here. Stop reading the faxes.
Uncle sexual abuse.
Uncle sexual abuse.
Yeah. And sort of physically abusive parent household.
Infatuated with the boyfriend's dad. Little girl voice. Sexual abuse. No, I'll just go serious attention deficit.
Oh, please.
With I go dad aloof and then gone.
Emotionally, yeah. Okay.
Just distant, maybe boozer, not around.
All right, fine.
Sky?
Yeah?
Where's your dad?
My parents are divorced and my dad lives in Camas.
In where?
Camas?
Oh, Camas.
Yes.
Sure. Where's Camas?
It's in Washington.
How old were you when he left?
I was 12.
And what happened? Why'd they get divorced?
My mom wouldn't really specify why she wanted a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see happen in the house?
They fought a lot.
Yeah.
How bad did the fights get?
Just a lot of yelling and screaming, and I would hide in my room.
Like, did anybody ever threaten you or do anything to you?
My cousin,
What happened?
he tried to molest me. He told people that he slept with me.
How old was he?
He was 16.
And how old were you at the time?
I was 14.
Yeah. Before that, anything?
No.
Huh?
No, there was nothing before that.
Your dad ever hit you?
When I was really little, he slapped me across the face.
More than once?
Just once that I remember.
And did he drink?
No, not that I remember him drinking.
When did you lose your virginity?
On Easter last year.
She was 17. That was an interesting way to answer that question, but at least she didn't win.
I'm atheist and I'm offended, I got to tell you. All right, so your cousin tried to sort of make a play on you at 14.
Much closer. You know, the uncle's a problem, too.
What? Yeah, that's the cousin would be the son of the uncle?
Yeah.
What about his dad?
No.
What kind of guy is he?
He's really nice.
All right, and what, son's 16 and you're 14?
Yeah.
And nothing ever happened before that?
No, not that. I know my mom says I block out a lot of things.
Like what?
Like, she says I block out how when my dad and her used to fight, they would scream a lot, and my mom says I would block it out.
Would they hit each other, assault each other?
No, not that. See, that's what I don't remember.
Yeah.
My mom would say that he did, and my dad would say he didn't. So.
All right, he did.
I'll go with mom on this one.
Yeah.
Any stepdads, anything like that?
I have a stepdad, but he's really nice.
He's real nice, right? And you don't have a relationship with your real dad?
Not really.
All right,
Okay.
we sort of established where the arrest came from. Physically abusive household.
Right.
Yeah, nearly sexually abused.
Attempt. I think that gets me the $2, though, Drew.
From what?
Well,
I'll give you a push, but otherwise I get it.
Push? Listen, you said sexual abuse
I
from...
said physically abusive household, sexual abuse from an uncle.
I only heard you say sexual abuse from uncle.
Get the tape back.
We have no tape, please. Mike's busy getting his shiatsu massage over there. Listen,
All right,
you said sexual abuse by the uncle.
And a physically abusive household.
I don't remember that part. Sky?
Yeah.
Do you remember what Drew said?
He said sexual abuse by the uncle.
Yeah, and that's all he said.
I think.
I said...
That is not all I said, Adam.
Okay.
God is my witness.
All right. So anyway, you don't have a dad, and so you're kind of chasing this guy's dad, right?
Yeah.
Well,
All
the
right,
stuff that she's blocking out is still affecting her. That's
right.
That's the other thing. I mean, you want to solve all that chaos of childhood by basically capturing another dad figure and making it all okay. And it's not a good thing. So those sorts of infatuations and attractions are coming from the unhealthiest part of you, Sky. Contain it.
Hey, Engineer Mike, is there any possible way we could hear 2 minutes ago in this show to settle a bet? Oh, there is? Okay, I want to hear Drew's bet. Yeah.
And I said it over.
Oh, here comes the qualification.
No,
now.
I can tell you exactly when I said it. I said it. Then you started yabbering about something, and I inserted that in the physically abusive household.
Yeah, but you were doing that on my behalf, I think.
No. I was clarifying my position. You took 19 positions. You went abandoning, alcoholic. You took 4 or 5 different qualifiers.
Our listeners are worth more than one position, Drew.
We will listen and we'll observe.
Listen and observe?
But listen.
What?
I'm doing a lot of thinking about this business that people engage in where they have to act out these things that were so traumatizing in childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reading a lot lately about sort of primitive cultures and how human sacrifice was what they sacrificed children. They sacrificed in very strange situations. That it seemed to me they sacrificed humans in situations where they were afraid, like if they could focus all their fear of something happening to them onto somebody else and make it happen to them, they felt like it wouldn't happen to them.
Right.
Like if we could sacrifice a child, that'll make my children safe.
Right.
If we could sacrifice a human properly, the gods will be appeased and I won't be hurt by whatever.
Right.
Do you see how that kind of thing kind of figures into these behaviors too, where they trying to control the thing that horrified them the most by making it happen in the present?
Yeah.
It's that same kind of impulse. I'm trying to explore more about what's out there in that, because nobody's, to my estimation, has adequately explained where that comes from or what it's all about. They put names on it and they've observed that it's there, but particularly, what the hell purpose?
Well, so what if you give it a name? I mean, it's still there. It's etched in everyone's psyche.
What could be the evolutionary advantage to that one? That's the one that's just bizarre.
I don't know. Mike, you having any luck over there?
He's looking. Let's keep going.
I can't find the what?
The bets.
The bets.
Jason.
Well, from whenever I said it, I think it was probably back about 3 minutes.
How are you guys doing?
Hey, Jason.
Hey, I got the book.
All right.
Christmas present, and I just wanted to tell you guys it's great. You managed to get all the information in there and did it, with all the humor and everything else like the show, and I thought it was really well done.
Well, thank you.
I thought the only reason I could think of to write the book, because quite honestly, when they said to us, you want to write this book, I thought, oh, what for? We do the radio show, we do the TV show. But I guess what it is it's sort of like, I don't think I've used this analogy, but it might work. It's like a cooking show coming out with a recipe book, which is you may miss certain days, or you may not have a pencil ready, or you may forget. And this way, you can just go look it up.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's a different medium, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
And Adam,
Drew, when will you marvel at my brilliance sufficiently?
No,
adequately.
The rest of us understood that's why we're writing the book, but it wasn't. It was through a rather painful birthing process where we sat in the presence of the likes of Judith Regan.
Oh, she can kiss my ass. Let me tell you something for a second. Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on too long an insider diatribe here, but Judith Regan.
Publisher. She wrote.
Judith Regan is a big-time publisher, and Judith Regan, and I was dying to do her TV. She's got some kind of local TV show in New York or something, I believe.
I think it's already gone.
Oh, wow, what a shame. I'm crying my eyes out. It's Judith Regan. Somebody said, hey, you guys should write a book. It was like 2 years ago, and we thought, hey, that'll be cool. And then, as it turns out, we had a meeting with Judith Regan. Judith Regan worked with Howard Stern, or was Howard Stern's publisher on his book.
Yeah.
And, just coming off that, this is a couple years ago, so she's the hottest name in town. And the idea that this chick who just did Howard Stern's book may even entertain the thought of doing the Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla book, for Christ's sake. I think back then it was the Adam and Drew book. was really exciting. So we had drinks scheduled with her at some upscale, trendy hotel on the Sunset Strip, and we're going to get together and have brunch and discuss all the possibilities. She's staying at the hotel. We're all driving across town to get to the hotel, and she hauls her ass down there about 45 minutes late. And she was just up in her room hanging out a little bit. Gravity could have carried her to the meeting. But she wouldn't. She shows up late. All right, fine. Then she sits down and basically proceeds to tell us why no one's interested in the Dr. Drew and Adam book, how she had an idea for a book on chivalry.
Yeah.
That's when I threw my drink on her and started beating the S out of her. As soon as I heard about her idea about chivalry. And she thought that maybe we should write a book on chivalry, but that we really shouldn't write a book about us or about our show or about our advice, because why bother? No one's heard of us. And I said, well, listen, just because you're not familiar with us doesn't mean we don't have listeners and viewers and fans that aren't interested or are interested in us, and that will buy the book and go out and support the book. And she didn't really buy that, because really she's just a pompous ass. She's really just a big sack of wind. Oh, so anyway, if anyone knows Judith Regan, or if Judith Regan is listening, or any friends or family, you can tell her that Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, or Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla, as it were, tell her just to kiss their collective hairy ass. Just kiss it. Just kiss it. And if you have any ideas for other books, go ahead and write them down. Better yet, why don't you just go ahead and get yourself another crappy TV show so someone can yank the plug on that? Hey, guess what? LoveLine's still rolling along strong. Well, that was a hell of a strategy, Judy. Thank you very much.
Jason.
Old sack of wind. Please.
Jason.
Oh, how pissed was I at that old windbag?
Yeah, I kind of liked her.
Oh, she was a bitch. God, she was a pompous bitch. You didn't think that? The idea she was telling us no one wanted to read our book, and here's another idea for a book?
I don't think much of my own stuff anyway, and so that's that to me is sort of matter of
Please,
fact.
somebody find Judith Regan and tell her Adam Carolla to just kiss his hairy, nappy, brillowy ass.
Well, you had more than enough hair for both of us. But, Jason?
The same thing to the editors of Out Magazine on behalf of both of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's basically like People Magazine for the gay community.
Yeah.
And every year they do...
I got news for you. People's for the gay community, too.
What's that?
Yeah,
it should be called Peephole. All right, go ahead, Jason.
Anyway, every year they do this, what they call the Out 100, which is like the top 100 leaders of the gay community in like all facets, media, the arts, and politics, and the whole works. And they also put in a section in it for what they call straight allies, which is like members of the heterosexual community who have done things to support the gay community. And as far as I'm concerned, you guys should be at the top of it.
Wow.
And I mean, they even put Al Gore in here, for Christ's sake.
Wow.
And the reason why is the vice president praised Ellen for making us look at the issue of sexual orientation in a more open way. What kind of BS reason is that?
He praised Ellen. Yeah, he had a couple of guys check some demographics, and they told him, hey, Al, you know that lesbo Ellen? Yeah, I hate that bitch. Wait a minute, Al. Go up there and praise her for opening sexual doors and knocking down barriers and stereotypes. Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Exactly. I mean, what's probably killing more young gay men in this country every year? Suicide or AIDS? And it's suicide. And it says that in 3 different places in the book.
Yes.
And you guys even also, have done things like advising the straight community on how to deal with gay people that come out to them, like, young teenagers. And there's like a big section about that in
well, God bless you for
I haven't read the book. I got to really read the book. It's actually starting to sound good.
No, but Jason, God bless you for understanding that that's what we're all about. And I think that's why they miss it, is because, Adam has a maybe you might call crass way of presenting it, but underneath all that is, and I'm going to speak for you on this, because I think you're concerned about people.
That's
and
right.
I don't think you give a damn about sexual orientation. In fact, I really believe you wish you were gay.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
What do you mean?
And
you think you're
you
going to
make
get
fun
me
of
to admit
yourself.
that? I'd love to be gay.
You make fun of yourself. You make fun of gay people.
Oh.
It's comedy.
There'd be a
It's
party
comedy.
every night at my house.
And you lack opportunities for comedy, but
Except
ultimately,
for, hold on, I got to say something real fast. If I'm going to go gay, I got to get some of my straight buddies to go gay too, because the gay guys, they don't want to watch football and fly the model airplanes.
It's contagious. If you go gay, they'll all go gay. That's why it goes.
Oh, that's
You'll
true.
supplement some.
Okay.
Anyway,
you're right.
But that we are concerned about people, and that people really, correct me if I'm wrong, but sort of people who are suffering right now, people in pain.
Yes.
And that's a group that is suffering and needs to be understood in a more realistic way. So appreciate the comment, Jason.
Well, let me say something really quick, Drew. I had a conversation with my mother yesterday, I think
But you
it was.
didn't speak to her anymore.
Oh, please. We're very close. She told me she read the book and she appreciated the gay section. So did my grandmother, by the way. I have not read the gay section, don't remember the gay section, so I don't know what they're talking about. But they told me that they appreciated the way we handle it because, as you know, my family's very liberal, and even though they're not gay and no one they know is gay, they're very concerned about gay issues. and I don't know why. It's very important to them.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's really bizarre. But no, they do know. They have some gay friends.
Yeah.
I don't think my mom does. She doesn't have many friends. But the point is they really like the way the gay issue was handled. And I didn't remember what it was, but I took it anyway. And I said, listen, here's the situation, Mom. And she said she was worried that I was going to say something else, And I said, listen, here's the deal. And this is how everyone should think. You can't hate groups because of wholesale across the board. Right. You got to look at in every group. There's some cool tendencies and there's some not so cool tendencies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And every group, every religion, every sexual persuasion or ethnicity, they have their strengths and their weaknesses. You're a fool to just pick out the weaknesses and do nothing but focus on that, and you're a fool to just focus on the strengths and ignore some shortcomings.
Well, again,
and I said, the gays, they have a few shortcomings, but on the other hand, I'll tell you, it'd be a better place if everyone was gay.
Hey, look, what we are about is taking the
enough,
BS out of stuff and keeping things real, right?
That's right.
All right, we got to go to break.
I thought I put the FU and funny, and you put the BO and boring.
I do.
That's what we're about. All right.
Why Jello, Mom?
That was not an 18-year-old. All right, when we come back, we'll speak to Mike. He's uncircumcised. Drew, when I was sitting home pondering my life and your death on Friday night, I saw a whole thing on 2020 on circumcision that I made sure and watch. So this will get us into what I learned, Mike's question, that is, when we come back.
We liken it to sort of giving an animal a medication.
Hold on, Drew. Not an animal, you idiot.
I'd say it.
You want your dog to take an antibiotic because it's got the worms, right? Now, what do? You give the dog the antibiotic, it puts it in its mouth, it spits it out on the floor, it doesn't eat it. You need it to take this medicine, so what do? You take the pill,
and
you
so
smack
we
it
appreciate that, Adam, very much.
Listen. He's going to be legitimate.
No, forget it.
He puts in some Gainsburger and let him eat.
Just go ahead with your interview. Let's get this over with.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
WEBN.
Oh, yeah, right there. It's LoveLine on WEBN.
Hey, what the f*** is up? This is Mark from f***ing Blink-182, and you're listening to f***ing LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. f***ing Drew.
Yes, you effing is. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Well, Drew, we were gambling a couple hours ago, and about 10 minutes ago, actually. I kind of claim I won. You kind of claim you won. And Mike got the tape. Now, before we started, her problem basically was her cousin came on to her sexually but didn't really do anything to her, I think.
Tried to molest her, or tried to say
sort of
he
tried to
molested
do
her.
something or said, but that was really sort of a buzz.
And had a kind of violent, chaotic home.
I said Dad was gone.
Out of there, yeah.
Well, no. I didn't say left early, but left eventually.
I even clarified it at the end. I said, "Oh, you're saying he was an abandoning dad?" He said, "Yes."
Well, I said he was a little physically.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just see what I said. All right, all right, Drew, ready? Let's go quick with this gambling here. Stop reading the facts.
Uncle sexual abuse.
Uncle sexual abuse.
Yeah. And sort of physically abusive parents, household. Household. There you go.
Infatuated with the boyfriend's dad. Little girl voice. Sexual abuse. No, I'll just go serious attention deficit.
Please.
I go dad aloof and then gone.
Emotionally, yeah. Okay.
Just distant, maybe boozer, not around.
All right, okay. My memory was exact on this one.
All right, well, because you went with the sex, you made your declaration and you slid the other one in the back door.
It's a push.
All right. Oh, well, true. Your money was in your wallet, all right. You don't go to the bathroom, leave a buck out, do you, Drew? You've only known Ann for 15 years, She's probably just been biding her time, ready to pounce. Please. Drew is so frugal. I love that. Mike.
Yeah, what's going on?
You're 16.
Yeah, it's an honor talking to you guys. I love radio, and you guys are just gods, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. We like radio, too.
The question is that I'm uncircumcised, and every time, it comes down to get to the dirty deed, I have trouble putting on condoms because when I pull back my foreskin to put it on, the rib of the condom, when you fold it down all the way, it gets cut on the foreskin almost, and so it
folds up onto the foreskin.
Yeah, and so
why don't you roll it down a little further?
I do all the way, but there's still that space, and then the foreskin goes back up towards the head of the penis.
Right.
It'd be cool if they made for uncircumcised guys like a cap. You can just sort of snap over the head and then pull the prepuce back over the head.
That'd make it a lot easier, I think.
What happens if the skin pulls forward?
What happens is that it just kind of scrunches up.
It gets uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. And sometimes I'll just take it off and then it won't have
Another point for circumcision.
An interesting point, and one that I've never heard brought up, is condom use.
Right.
And does that extra piece of flesh at the end have any sort of effect, good or bad, on the condom use? And that's interesting. And you would think that, when the skin got pulled back, it created a little speed bump there, and that it had an effect. Maybe not a great effect, but some effect.
It does for Mike, though. What occurs to me is maybe one of those reinforced condoms at the tip, like the ones that they use for
raping,
piercing. People that have piercings, you get those from a piercing shop.
I saw a special. I think it was 2020.
Yeah.
As you know, my Friday night schedule is go home, watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, then watch another episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
We're supposed to be on that show 20 times now, right?
Yeah.
Ever remember that cast promise as appearance on that show, remember?
Yeah, every cast member we have on that show says we're going to be on the next episode. The point is after all the TGIF business, I end up watching 2020. And they had a whole thing on circumcision. And, people, again, in this country, have way too many people putting way too much energy into stuff that really could go either way. It's really funny that when it comes to circumcision, and here's the bottom line with circumcision, it's a coin toss these days, pro and con. And you have people, picketing. You have people burning things. You have people that are very pumped up about it, and you have people that are sort of pumped in both directions. But here's the bottom line.
About circumcision.
Shut up and listen.
About circumcision we're talking
about. Yes, sorry. There is some health advantage to being circumcised, although
slight.
Yeah, they gave it to an independent research team. They gave them all the data on it, and he basically said, "Give me a 1 to 10 health advantage thing." And the guy said 1, and he probably would have gotten the percentages. So, but there's some health advantage, not much, but some. Number 2, then the arguments were about sensitivity and about and whether you lose some sensitivity or some sensation or so on and so forth. Now, the problem with that argument is nobody knows, because you're either circumcised at birth or you're not.
Well, here's one
for
way
the most part.
Now, how about looking at just how many males complain of premature ejaculation as opposed to delayed ejaculation? And I think premature wins, meaning that sensitivity should not be an issue.
Right, but on the other hand, there's the argument that sort of God or whoever laid us out in a certain way and to use a certain unit the way we wanted to use it, and we're getting in, and we're screwing with that.
If you follow that logic, there would be no tonsillectomies, no appendectomies, and no Lee press-on nails.
Well, when stuff goes bad, you yank it off, but you don't pull out someone's tonsils until something goes bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would be my argument for that.
But people, when they're in there getting their ovarian cysts, they'll routinely take out the appendix.
Really?
If you're in there, they'll take it out. Oh, yeah.
All right, but they're in there. They're not going in for the appendix unless there's a problem with the appendix. Here's my point. Don't crap on my point. Oh, the other thing that they brought up was the sensitivity, and this one guy was making an argument. It's funny that you pull off this much foreskin, 3/4 of an inch, and there's X amount of nerve endings in every inch of skin, and then you unfold the thing and you lay it out. Before you know it, you have nerve endings that connect from here to Flagstaff
that
ridiculous. You pulled off your penis.
That is ridiculous.
And you do pull off some skin that has some nerve endings in it, but there's plenty of others to make up for it.
That is absurd argument. Absurd. Look,
no, it's not absurd.
No, it's absurd. You can pull off half your visual cortex at birth, and you'll form a new one. Your central nervous system adjusts to all that.
Right. All right. So not much of an argument. And then last and final one is it's at least in the past before they used anesthetic, it was a little bit rough on Junior. Slicing the penis off. Well, even now. So. Here's the verdict. It's up to you.
It's a push. Yeah.
It's funny though when they interview some of the women and stuff or some of the guys, it was important that they looked like they're the father, the father's brothers, the father's dad. That was some of the arguments.
Oh, right.
Want them to look like you.
Right.
And I thought. How much time you and the kids spend in the nude together that this is really going to be an issue? You're going to be some kind of nude picnic, and they're not going to be able to identify your son because you got a foreskin dragon. Now I thought, geez, that's a little bit pompous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Son's dick's got to look like his old man's, maybe a little bigger, but basically the same shape.
That's like pagan.
Yeah, that is a little pagan.
Supporting a pagan. Primitive human behavior.
Well, there's pagan, and the foreskin removal is part of a ritual. All right, do your own thing with the foreskins. We're going to take
my uterus hurts when you play.
Take a little break. Danny is 21. Doctor said he had no
break.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Doctor said he no longer needs Paxil, but has awful withdrawal symptoms. Huh? Let's do a better call. That's Joe. What should he do? Girl he likes is messing with other guys. All right, we'll talk to Joe after this.
All right. Okay. The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine, I'll be right back. WEBN.
It's not hard to swallow. We've got a frog in our throat.
Lick it up.
It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
Hey, this is Max.
This is John.
And this is Tony from Eve 6. You're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
What was that? Oh, Eve 6. We were talking during that. Hey, it's the LoveLine. All right, let's go talk to Joe there. Joe?
Yeah, what's happening?
Hey, what's happening, Joe?
Not much. I'm just...
You have a question?
Yeah, I got a little problem, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let us know what's going on.
Well, I just got back in the country, and I met this girl probably about I guess it was I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know.
Is English your second language?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
What's your first language?
Thai.
Thai.
Is that where you came in from?
No, Hong Kong.
Okay.
All right, anyways, I came back probably in December, and I called up this girl that I met. So we started talking, and then she tells me that she goes to parties when she's lonely and then gets drunk, go mess around with the fellas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I started talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I want to meet you again and all that and see you whenever. And I'm still wondering about it, you know? And then, when I call her up, and then...
I don't know what he's talking about. Joe, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
I love Thai food. And let me just ask you how you pronounce that appetizer, that sweet noodle appetizer. Is it mee krab or mee grop?
I can't even remember. Come on now.
You don't know?
I want to get to my root of my problem, you know?
All right, the root of your problem is...
I swear I've been arguing with my mom over this for 15 years. You can't settle this, Joe?
There's a Thai restaurant at the other side of this building.
I don't want to look like
okay.
I can't say that word on...
Joe, look, this woman is a chaotic person who uses her relationships as a way of dealing with her unpleasant feelings that she walks around with through life.
Well, I mean, I met her on the 5th floor, though.
Joe, it's not a good situation. Go ahead and wonder all you want, but to go seek it out is to be looking for trouble.
Yeah, Joe, why don't you find someone who lives life in a slightly slower lane than she does, and someone who shares your sensibilities, whatever those...
Could be a mental problem or whatnot?
Well, listen, all I can tell you is people who are sort of chaotic before you meet them, guess what? They're chaotic when you're with them and then after you're with them, too. So... If she's acting in a way that you sort of disapprove of or that you're not happy with, just go ahead and expect more of it.
Right.
You know, if you befriend a raccoon and you bring them into your house, don't expect them to be sitting in your bathroom smoking a pipe when you come home from work. Figure that they would have dug apart the trash, torn open a cereal box or two, and sodomized your cat. You know what I mean?
We have a raccoon.
I wish I had one. But the point is
he opened the cereal box. He
Whatever
didn't do anything to the cat.
Whatever the raccoon was doing out in your yard, it'll be doing in your house. Don't expect that just because it's your house, somehow he's going to learn how to carry on.
Absolutely.
Danny.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Nothing. What are you doing?
Well,
anybody can answer my Thai food question, I'd appreciate, too.
Better fax it. We're running out of time.
Okay, I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Mee krab or mee grop? What is the name of that delectable...
Probably neither of those.
Taiwanese appetizer with the sweet noodles.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been on antidepressants for almost a year now.
Yeah, which one?
Well, actually, I've been on like 6 different kinds.
Mm-hmm.
And up until recently, I tried Paxil.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard bad things about it before, but I didn't really believe them.
From what standpoint?
What?
Bad in what way?
Well, people just said about, when you try to get off of it, that you have a lot of bad withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, there is a withdrawal from Paxil and Effexor are the two that create a pretty substantial withdrawal syndrome.
And I tried to, my doctor said I didn't need it anymore. And I tried to stop taking it.
Abruptly?
No, I slowly weaned off of it, but
Over what period of time?
A week.
Still pretty fast. Yeah, I mean, I would take it down maybe... like 25% every 1 to 2 weeks, something like that. Go real slow if you're having withdrawal. And the withdrawal from Paxil is very strange. It's like a dizziness. People describe it as like they can't describe it any other way. Like they're kind of spinning around. It's a very strange, unpleasant feeling. And Effexor, Paxil, very definitely are associated with these withdrawal symptoms. It goes slowly. I have one lady on Effexor. I had to get her down to a tenth of a tablet, and she'd throw up and get dizzy without it.
Well, chicks are such lightweights.
All right.
Do you just break it up? Do you actually cut the... There's some sort of device for that?
Pill cutters.
They have pill cutters?
Yep.
Jeez, I wonder if Mike has one of those. I saw the scale. I didn't see the pill cutting material.
That was a blade. Yeah. Okay.
Can you cut the thing into eighths?
Yep.
With a pill cutter?
I've seen people do little tiny pieces, yeah.
Don't you need like a moil to do that at a certain point? I mean, there's some old biddy. You got skilled enough hands. You have to be a diamond cutter to do this.
There's a car commercial here.
The Lincoln Mark 8 has such a stable ride that even one of Drew's old Jewish patients can cut a Prozac tablet into an 8.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so great.
What's your name?
My name's Andrea.
All right. Good. Old school. We like.
I have a question. As I've been wondering about this for a while. My boyfriend and I have talked about it. It's where do child molesters go for help? Because I know our society just, they're like, just kill them, put them away, castrate them. They're horrible. They're monsters, And they go to jail and they get killed in jail and all that, but these are people who have problems, and where do they go to help?
I think they go to the internet, don't they, Drew?
No,
now, where? Well, where do they go, or where should they go?
Where do they go? Because
I don't know. I mean, there is no 12-step program or anything like that. Is there, Drew?
Well, SA, but I mean, they access mental health services like anyone else.
They do, because if they go to see a psychiatrist or something, don't the psychiatrists have a legal right to, or a legal...
It depends what the situation is. Yes, sometimes they have to report.
Right.
Well, if they say they're having feelings about it, do they have to report it? Or more like if they've done something, right?
If they've done something.
Oh, okay. I have one other question. I am on Xanax right now. I just take it every so often. I've had maybe like 4 in the past month, and I heard that it was really addictive, and I was wondering, should I maybe try and find some other type of anxiety medication?
No, I mean, Xanax is a superb medication. It's just that it is profoundly addictive, and if you're using it every day, it can very quickly become addictive, and in particular, if there's any family history of alcoholism, then the probabilities become even higher.
What's addictive about it?
It's a very short-acting, high-affinity benzodiazepine. Means it really has a high affinity for the receptor for benzodiazepines, and very quickly can change that chemistry such that when you withdraw the medication, there's a withdrawal.
Well, how does it make you feel?
Good. It's a little bit more euphoric than some of the other anti-anxiety medicines, and it's a very potent, short-acting.
What, you take it when you're having an anxiety attack?
It's good for anxiety attacks. It's good. It also is. There's many ways to use it. I mean, some people advocate using a very tiny dose regularly over long periods of time. Some people say regularly for if there's no
just to get you out of the house, or if you have some sort of presentation to make.
Well, you can do that, but the real effective way is the way Andrew's using it, which is once in a while. It's very good.
What would it do if I took it like before we did one of those college things? Would it make me be better?
I don't think much. There's no hope. Well, you're not anxious when you go out for those things.
You know what's going on inside of me.
You're anxious?
You don't know. It could be.
No.
3,000 screaming kids, and I know I got to toe the line for an hour and a half. Up there with Drew. It's like Drew's about as much help as Dr. What was the guy in The Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter, when they had him strapped to that refrigerator dolly with the hockey mask on.
Yes.
Let's get about the same support, I'd say. Maybe more. I'd say get a little more out of Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, I got anxiety.
Then at least.
Shaking like a leaf.
Well, that'll help you, but...
why don't you give me some of that for the next trip?
You're anxious before those things? You were not.
I'm not. I want to go to bed.
Right.
Drew's yawning. We're yawning in the back going, hey, a cup of coffee.
I know, right. We should be drinking coffee if we're anxious.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the things we required before we go out there to get the coffee.
I'm not. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me, but I can go in front of 5,000 people, and it doesn't seem to bother me at all.
I was thinking. You gave me a little scare. I thought to myself, oh my God.
Although I'll tell you how I am. If the guy behind the counter at the market starts asking me for another form of identification, telling me, your checking account is overdrawn or something, I break into a cold sweat.
Yeah.
One-on-one, I go to pieces.
Yeah.
Large groups I can deal with.
I noticed that.
Thanks. All right, we'll be back.
Roger, you got yourself a LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back. WEBN.
We're not keeping you up, are we?
I'm pitching a tent.
Oh, that's good. It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
All right. Let's see if we can't talk to Lindsay, 15. Little lover's been on hold for 62 minutes. It's almost an hour. Lindsay?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on there, sweet pea?
Well, I'll get big crushes on guys and do everything I can to make them like me, and when they finally start to like me and want a relationship, I'll find little things that bug the crap out of me, and I'll start just they disgust me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mixture of not wanting to be close with a guy and...
being 15?
Yeah, and...
having
not
ovaries?
Wanting to have, anybody interested in you.
Yeah.
You're not wanting to be a club member that would have you a member as a member.
I got that. Do you have a reason why you don't want to get close with a guy? Someone disappoints you?
I
Dad split?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dad split. How old were you?
5.
You're 5.
So it affects you.
That's pretty serious stuff.
It's going to stay with you.
Yeah, it's just Dad abandoned you when you're 5. Old enough to know, not old enough to be able to make any sense of it.
Yeah.
Just enough to feel it, not enough to understand it. You know what I mean?
Just enough to affect your character development.
Right. So Dad cuts out at 5, abandons you, and now you're attracted to men because in an even stronger way in many ways, but another way is you can't get too close. Pretty easy, actually. Shay.
Hi.
You're 13. All right, what do you do? I mean, you just work with it and work on it. Shay.
Yeah.
What's going on? Ooh, 81 minutes, baby.
Yeah.
You think your friend has a serious problem, but her parents don't believe you?
Yeah.
When you tell them. What problem?
I think she's like a manic depressive or something.
Yeah.
What do the parents say when you tell them?
They ignore me, and even though like on her mother's side of the family, she does have a schizophrenic, manic depressive uncle.
Is there somebody at school you could tell? Maybe they can get their attention?
Well, there's like a counselor or whatever.
Or even a teacher you guys like, or somebody that you can talk to that can confront the parents in a way that they can't escape. All right?
Yeah, kind of.
That's what you need to do.
Okay.
All right, go there and don't go to the folks then, Shay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And one day, your great deeds will be rewarded, and they'll name a stadium after you.
Huh, okay. Oh, wait.
What?
There already is one.
Oh, son of a
goodness.
bitch.
I heard of her already.
I swear to God, Drew, have I had an idea that someone else hasn't ripped off?
No.
Where is that? Out in...
must be demoralizing.
That must be in Arizona somewhere. Shay. Sounds like an Indian name, you know?
Yeah, so I should say.
Shay, corn goodness. Mike's heard just about enough of me. All right, we're going to take...
This has been LoveLine. The views expressed on LoveLine are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment. LoveLine is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station longer.